What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I will be reviewing yet another collaboration beer, this time between the Monkish Brewing Company out of Torrance, California, the Cellarmaker Brewing Company out of San Francisco, California, and the Other Half Brewing Company out of both Brooklyn and Rochester, New York. And this is their Conjoined Triangles of Success. So this is a triple IPA that comes in at 10% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is approximately 2.5 weeks old. And I want to give a huge thanks and shout out to a good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Bud, for hooking me up with this one. So thank you very much, Bud. You know I appreciate it. In the description box, I will post a link to the beer mile unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies that Bud sent my way. He sent me some California love. He sent me 2 Monkish beers, a Moonraker beer, and a beer from Sandbox. So thanks again, Bud. Now, I'm really pumped to give this one a go for a couple different reasons. Number one, not only is this a collaboration between the 3 aforementioned breweries, but it's also a collaboration with HBO in Silicon Valley, one of their hit shows. Unfortunately, that show is now over. This past season was the final season, and in fact, it was about 4 or 5 days ago, I watched the series finale, and, I really love the show. The first 2 or 3 seasons were absolutely fantastic. The last couple were, solid, but, it's probably time to end the show, but I really dug the show. I watched it since inception, and it's just such a hilarious show. So really cool to see them do a collaboration with HBO and the show itself. Conjoined Triangles of Success. It is a... if you watch the show, you would get it. And if not, I still highly recommend watching the show if you've never seen it. It's just hilarious. Anyway, so yeah, they did a collaboration. So the other reason that I really want to give this one a go is that the 3 breweries, Monkish, Other Half, and Cellarmaker, they all did their own take on this beer. So a lot of times when you do collaborations, it'll be the same beer just brewed at different places. Well, I think each one of these beers from Cellarmaker, Other Half, and Monkish were all different ingredients and whatnot. And the one at Monkish, they are brewing with rolled oats, Idaho 7, Citra, Galaxy, and Simcoe. And yeah, I've never had a beer brewed straight from Monkish. I've always had collaborations with them. So I have this one in their Rar, which I will be reviewing after this one, but I'm really happy to give this one a go because I missed out on the Other Half release of this, which would have been cool to do a comparison, take theirs and compare it to this one, but I didn't go to the brewery for the release. I couldn't, and I didn't see any cans that I could pick up, via friends and whatnot, so we'll have to make do with the Monkish brewed version, which makes me really happy. Anyway, let's give this a pour. Hashtag a third proper glassware, I guess, because it's one of the 3, or maybe even a 4th if you want to include Silicon Valley and HBO, but whatever, it's another half glass. We should be fine. So yeah, that pours out, honestly, very akin to an Other Half beer, very murky and turbid. It's very, this really deep, more of a yellow color, but it has orange hinges in there. I think the orange tinges and whatnot on camera, it's probably just going to look orange honey. It's going to look darker, but it's not as dark in person as that is probably going to come off on camera. It has about a finger and a half of this creamy off-white colored head, looking really nice in the glass. Let's get a nose. Yeah, smells awesome. Wow. There's a lot of citrus, orange, tangerine, ruby red grapefruit, even a little bit of lime character in here. But then there's peach and apricot, stone fruits running wild like Hulkamania in the 80s. Overripened pineapple, a little bit of a passion fruit thing going on as well. There's a nice dank character to this one. Yeah, that smells nice. It smells like a fruit bowl of awesomeness is what this smells like. There's a little bit of a yeasty thing going on. I've never had a Monkish beer, but maybe that's their telltale sign is whatever I'm picking up here because it smells different than if this was an Other Half beer. I'm getting something that's just a bit, I don't even say astringent on the nose, it just smells a little bit different. Maybe this smells a bit green, but not really. It just has for lack of a better word, a yeasty type of thing going on, which I'm doing a poor job describing it, which I'm doing a beer review, so that's terrible on me. But yeah, it smells very akin to an Other Half Triple IPA, but it has that little bit of yeasty thing going on that I can't associate with Other Half. But anyway, it smells really good. Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody, and thanks again, Bud. That's fucking delicious. It is. So the body and mouthfeel is basically on the level of Other Half for me. The body, higher side of medium body, lower side of full body. So it's appropriate, I think, for a 10% triple IPA. Some people might want it to be a little thicker. I've said this before, and I guess I'll just say it in every Triple IPA review because not everybody's going to watch every Triple IPA review. I don't care about the body too much as long as it's not extremely thin. If this is like medium to lower side and medium to lower side of full body, I'm fine with it. It's 10%. I don't want this drink like a thick, chewy Imperial Stout. I think the lower body enhances the drinkability for me and just the enjoyment overall. So it's perfect for me. The mouthfeel, soft, smooth, relatively creamy. You know, those rolled oats playing a role here, making it so soft and smooth and still somewhat creamy. Yeah, there's no lactose in here, and there doesn't need to be because it has an awesome mouthfeel. The flavors, this has a really nice, I don't even say sharp or astringent, but just like a really nice biting kind of citrus character to it. Like orange juice, orange zest kind of mix. Ruby red grapefruit, a little bit of that like lime. And it's not like a lime juice, more like a pithy lime, but this is really citrus heavy. But as it passes through the palate, the stone fruits and the tropical fruits come to the forefront. More of like a peach gummy ring, sweeter peach character, overripened pineapple, nice like slightly acidic like passion fruit as well. What am I, having a stroke or something? I was just like, I don't know. I was trying to process something in my mind and I failed miserably. There's this like dankness that is kind of blanketing the entire flavor, but it's not very, very impactful. It's there. And it's really nice because it has like almost like the slight herbaceousness that's going on. This one actually finishes with a low to moderate bitterness, almost approaching moderate. Has a little bit of bitterness on it. It does lean to the sweeter side of things as opposed to dry. So this, actually I take that back. It has more of like a semi-dry finish. It is sweet because it is 10%, but it's not overly sweet. I think there's enough dryness and enough bitterness to kind of break up the monotony of the sweetness you get from a 10% Triple IPA. Yeah, I mean, this is on the level of some of the better Triple IPAs I've had. It's well made. It's well balanced. 10%, get the fuck out of here. I mean, a little bit of warming in the chest, but I would say like 8% max. It has like a double IPA kind of alcohol feel to it, not a triple. And that's the scary thing about all these Triple IPAs is that you get a brewery like Monkish or Other Half or Trillium, and it's amazing how they hide the alcohol. You drink 2 of these, you're on your ass, and you don't even know. Like if somebody, at this point in time, I kind of know what a Triple IPA tastes like. And I know it's a bigger beer, not because I can taste the alcohol, it's just the flavors, kind of just a feeling overall to the beer. But I will say that at the end of the day, like these hide the alcohol relatively well. They usually are very bold and impactful and boisterous on the palate. And they're just delicious. I don't care if this is the only beer I'm going to be drinking today, but it's not. I'm actually going to drink 2 beers today. But if it was, I'd be fine with that because it's so good and I enjoy it that who cares if it's 10%? I guess I'll just drink 1 beer instead of 2, right? But I'm going to drink a couple. I'm going to drink one later on as well. Another one from Bud. But anyway, yeah, this is just a damn well-made, tasty Triple IPA. There's not much more to say about it. It has a good balance to it. It's really tropical, fruit-forward. It has that nice dankness too that's not, you know, kind of, again, with the bitterness and the semi-dry finish is breaking up the monotony of all those fruity, sweet flavors. So it's very well balanced. So I can't say much more about this one other than Conjoined Triangles of Success, the Monkish brewed version, which is a collaboration between Other Half, Cellarmaker, and HBO in addition to Monkish. Straight 4.5 out of 5. I was thinking low 4, but, or sorry, not low 4, low 4.5. I was gonna say 4.4, but 4.5. As I'm sitting here and just talking to you guys and thinking about it, I'm just like, yeah, this is well made. It's a 4.5 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5 all day. Now, if you've had this one or any of the other versions of it, whether it's the Other Half one or the Cellarmaker version, let me know what you think about this one. I'd be curious to see how this one stacks up to the rest. I wish I, like I said, would have been able to get the Other Half because it'd been cool to do a side-by-side. But at the end of the day, I'm glad I just got to try this one, so thank you very much, Bud. Price and availability, this is probably brewery only as far as this specific can, and the Monkish brewed one's probably brewery only at Monkish, which probably the same for Cellarmaker and Other Half. Maybe they get dribs and drabs into the local bottle shops. I know with Other Half, they do mobile canning releases all the time, so some of their stuff will make it around New York State and the bigger cities and whatnot, but yeah, the availability is what it is for these 3 breweries. The price point on this one, I don't know. So Bud, let me know. I would say this, my guess, based on Triple IPs from Other Half and other places, I would say $22 a 4-pack. That's what I would think, $22 a 4-pack. And would I pay that? Yeah. It's a $5.50 for this can is well worth it. It's 10%. It tastes this good. $5.50 for a can of this is well worth it, in my opinion. So yeah, again, Thanks to everybody stopping by. Another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. Once again, if you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. And once again, thanks to Bud for hooking me up with all these great California beers. And until the next one, cheers. Oh yeah, one more thing. The yeasty thing that I was getting in the aroma from, I was thinking maybe it's monkish. It didn't really translate into the taste. I couldn't say that on the palate, I really is discernible at all from what I was drinking. So yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter, right? The aroma a lot of times doesn't translate. In this case, it did. So anyway, cheers.